If you are on a ship, regardless whether your weapon of choice is coffee, tomato juice, or a purple aftershock, you are going to be spending a chunk of time in a bar of some kind. Now, not every ship suits everyone, and even if the ship is a fit, that doesn't mean that every hostelry is the right one for you. Here is a breakdown of the what, where, why, and when of every bar on Queen Anne. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we go. The first stop for a lot of people, and the one I want to get out of the way first, the Golden Lion. For me, it's a tradition to drop in here once per trip for fish and chips and sticky toffee pudding. I don't go to pubs in real life, so I don't really go to pubs in ship life. And this, folks, is a pub. It's a better version of an old school boozer than QM2's, which feels a bit more like a working men's club. It's closer in style to QV, but it's big. I'm still hungover from a glass of wine I had on Ventura 2 cruises ago, so I stuck to coffee in here. You can get cocktails, but nobody does. This is where you come for a beer or a vodka and coke. There are plenty of quizzes in here. A geezer with a guitar will do singing on you now and then, and why wouldn't a place where people get drunk and the floor moves have a dartboard? I can't really give marks out of 10. If you like pubs, this is one, go here. If you don't. Right across the corridor is Bright Light Society. This is QA's cabaret bar and it rocks. Roughly every other day there's a pay extra show, but if you're too tight to pay, there are free shows on the other nights. And after the paid shows kick out time, there's karaoke or a disco in here. You can get coffee and tomato juice in here, separately, I'm not an animal. And if you're the pina colada with glitter and sparklers type, this is the place for you. I loved the shows in here, and I ran like Forrest Gump when karaoke started. It's one of my favourite spots. 9 out of 10. This is Corinthia Lounge. I mean, it's not, it's Sir Samuel's coffee shop. But on QA, for no possible good reason, they've decided to call it by a familiar name that makes no sense. I mean, it's not a lounge for a start. It's a serving counter and open plan seating in the atrium. Whatever, I was here every day at some point and I liked it. I mean, I like coffee shops. The bar menu leans into port and starboard, sherry, including the cocktail menu. But you can get a beer or a Jaeger bomb here if you insist. It's bright and airy and not like a bar at all, regardless what the menu says. As a coffee shop, it's a 7 out of 10. As a bar, a low 5. The chart room here is the glitziest in the fleet. Nicer still than QV's and way nicer than the 1990s Retail Park Furniture Showroom on QM2. This is the Lazy Man's Cocktail Lounge. It's open during the day, but as soon as the lights are on, it feels like it's closed. You'd kind of expect to see someone hoovering or emptying the bins. In the evening, when they do the sexy lighting, it transforms the place, and it is a proper alternative to the Commodore Club. In fact, if Chart Room and Commodore Club were on opposite sides of the high street, the door staff would be clenching their jaws and eyeballing each other every Saturday night. 8 out of 10. For the not lazy man, anyone willing to do the 10-deck trek to get a cocktail, Commodore Club is up high at the front. A bit like a blue version of Chart Room, colour, not pornography, but with incredible views from the panoramic windows, especially if you get that window between day and night. This cracked window was a bit concerning. I'm assuming pterodactyl attack, but thankfully I didn't spot any. There's chilled live music on and off. Whatever you want to drink is available here, and you might not get a window table, but it's way bigger than the other ships and you will always find a seat. Whilst it's less so than the other Commodore clubs, if you sit by the door starboard side, what am I saying, on the right, there's the odd whiff from the cigar lounge. So, don't sit there. 8 out of 10. The Queen's room is a big one. Popular, I mean. The Queen's room is pretty small. The combination of location and its busier than usual schedule make this a popular place to knock back a few flaming sambucas. The old-fashioned illuminated bar itself gives it Audrey Hepburn glamour, and it's only the big screen and laser shows that remind you that you're not in a black and white movie. 7 out of 10. The Pavilion Bar is sort of impossible to review. It's where you can get a drink from if you're hanging around the pool or you've dropped in for a burger. Functional. Take away the pool, or worse still the burgers, and nobody would ever come here. Like every single night when they put some nonsense or other on the big screen with muffled, echoey sound. The Wellness Cafe directly above that has a bar too. Weird. There are outdoor bars and the outdoor spaces, but it was January in the North Sea, so in a remarkably sensible move, they were closed. But even if they were open, it's where beer comes from whilst you're lounging on a lounger. The Casino Bar is an odd one. Gamblers need a bar, obviously. It serves two functions: encouraging people to continue making poorer and poorer decisions, and then helping them to drown their sorrows once the credit card stops working at the chips counter. I assume that this isn't bad design, more an attempt to trap people in like IKEA. But if you're not staying, passing through the casino is a bit of a pain. It stops being a corridor and starts being a place where you can sort of awkwardly shimmy past people, or the bar, tables, or the slot machines. 4 out of 10. I was a bit surprised that Q8 does not have a champagne bar, especially given its new money vibe and market positioning. But I suppose not even Natalie Portman is perfect. I'm joking, obvs, and if you see her, do not tell her that I said that. Anyway, every bar on Queen Anne, done.